Hi there, it's Catherine here from Productpreneur Success HQ, where we are helping you guys, you brand owners and e-commerce business owners, to really achieve an unfair advantage in the marketplace with really smart, sales and marketing tips that work specifically for your product-based businesses. And today I wanted to jump in and talk a little bit about e-commerce sales specifically, because I've had several conversations with some fairly ambitious but struggling business owners in the last few weeks. Some are startups and some have been around for a while, but all of them have these dreams of running really successful online businesses, making multiple 5 to 6 figures a month in sales, and they've seen other clients of mine achieving that as well. I'm just going to sip my coffee at the same time. But right now they're on struggle street and they all want to know, is it really possible for me to achieve success like that too? There's always that sort of me too business that's going on, comparing yourself to other people in the market. Now, and I'm sure it's obvious that if a product is rubbish or that there's, absolutely no demand for the product, I would never give people false hope, and I'm not around to flatter people's egos or anything like that. But where there is a strong niche and high demand for a product, then absolutely it is possible and relatively easy to make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in a year and upwards from there. So there's a bit of a, if we're really simplifying things, there's a 2-step formula for building a 6-figure business. And the first step is you've got to build an audience. And the second step is then you've got to sell them stuff, right? And, like I said earlier, it's got to be a product that people actually want. So let me illustrate what this looks like with a little bit of a short story. So there were 3 blondes who walked into a bar. No, wait, that's not the story that I'm telling. Let's try that again. A whole lot of entrepreneurs open an online business selling similar products. That's a little bit more like it. Let's keep going, shall we? So, there are shops that open for business all the way along the information superhighway or the internet. And some of them are raking in the sales and some of them are really struggling to meet their budgets. So where is your business on that, that information superhighway? Are you in the fast lane or the slow lane? And there is so much traffic and so much noise and so much happening along that road or along the road that as a business, you really need to stand out from the rest and to encourage your customers to stop a while and check out what you have, so really attracting people to your website. And then of course we need to be able to convince them how to buy. Pretty much every business has the basics happening already, or at least the ones that I'm talking to. They've got quality products, an attractive shopfront website, that is, consistent marketing and courteous customer service. So why the difference in their sales figures? So, many of the shops jostling for space along the information superhighway, they're checking each other out regularly. So let's kind of illustrate this with this little story. Louise checks out Marjorie, who watches Sophie closely, who keeps a close eye on the activities of Kate and Helena. You get the picture? So when one has an influx of orders, the others notice that she is offering free shipping. Of course, why didn't they think of that? So they do it too. Then one has an incredible idea of doing a once-in-a-lifetime sale. Brilliant, they all cry. I'm going to try this for my customers too. So you can imagine what happened when one of the businesses established a presence on social media. They were all onto it really quickly and convinced that it would lead to an influx of customers and orders that they had been waiting for. That finally their infamy and success on the information superhighway would be assured, but it wasn't. None of these strategies was the magic solution that they had hoped for, and the traffic continued to flow past them whilst they're stuck in the slow lane. Sometimes someone would slow down, take a look at their products, but they rarely stop long enough to buy as often as these businesses would hope for. So, and with each strategy, they may have gained a few extra orders, but it was often the only time that those customers stopped by their online store. So why these businesses lamented at their virtual counters. Why don't they come back? You know, I have everything they could want. The Louises, the Marjories, the Sophies, the Kates and the Helenas occasionally meet up to network, and they are all out of ideas of how to attract customers from here. And they feel like they've tried everything, but this is their business, their livelihood, and they are desperate to make it work. And as I'm sure that you've guessed, they noticed a business speeding past them on the fast way, in the fast lane along the information superhighway. I'm not sure if this analogy is making my tongue twist even more. Anyway, I will persist. So this business in the fast lane is offering similar products to these other businesses, but their sales were going gangbusters. And I'm sure you've all seen these businesses, these competitors in the marketplace. But why the difference? Because location is certainly not a huge factor. Why are customers bypassing us with our free postage, our great products, our discounts and our fabulous service to shop at Bonnie's? What is Bonnie doing so differently down there? The businesses were at a loss to explain it, so they dropped by the successful business to observe what was happening. Customers were browsing and filling their shopping carts in droves. They're lining up to check out, and they are leaving with bags full of products and huge smiles and satisfaction on their faces. And you can see it, all over their social media pages as well. They're really busy and engaged. These customers are acting like kids in a lolly shop on pocket money day. So why weren't customers doing this in their own stores, they wondered. And the truth is they assumed that all they needed to do to stand out to their competitors was to offer low prices on popular products and shout the loudest on social media. And they couldn't have been further from the truth. So what was going on at Bonnie's business that was drawing all the customers in? She knew what they wanted because she had engaged with them and sought their opinions. And then she had used that information to modify the shopfront and streamline her business practices. And she had a plan for her marketing that was targeted to her ideal customer. That's right, she targeted her ideal, not every single person. And she invested her resources in effective strategies that were proven to work. She offered additional value to her customers that did not devalue or discount her products, and she was accessible to them. She offered her story and her values to them, and content that really resonated with her and drew her customers in. So they had a relationship with her, and this kept them coming back to her website. And she made their shopping experience exciting and pleasurable. Customers couldn't wait to shop with Bonnie again. But then all this can't be seen just by having a look from the outside, from the point of view of the competitor. What Bonnie was doing, it was unique to her. It couldn't just be grabbed and copied by the Louises, the Marjories, the Sophies and the Kates and the Helenas, because it was also personal to her business. They could see the effects, but they couldn't put their finger on how it was all happening. Their perception of improving their business's bottom line was focused on copycat strategies, which only ever resulted in them becoming brand bland, or the copycat brand. No personality or exciting shopping experiences, not many customers stopping to buy. So Bonnie's business grew and grew, and she cemented her store into the fabric of the information superhighway with really dedicated customers who come back, to her time and time again. And the others, well, they really just hoped for the best. It was all that they could do. So at the end of that silly little story, I'm sure that you could probably name a few Bonnies and perhaps name a few, businesses in your niche that are like Bonnies, and then perhaps a few that are in the slow lane. And I hope that your business is a Bonnie, but if it's not, then there are ways to become like Bonnie. So that's just some food for thought for you today. If you'd like a little bit of assistance to at least pinpoint your unique point of difference so that you aren't being that copycat business, then head on over to my website. I'm going to pop the link in this video when I post it. So hop on over to my website, and I have a unique USP worksheet, unique sales proposition worksheet. So that's designed to really help you pinpoint exactly what it is that makes you different, because it is one task is to obviously identify your ideal customer, but then you really need to nail that unique positioning in the marketplace so that you do really stand out to your customers and make them want to buy, of course. So that's what I have for you this week. I hope you've enjoyed my silly little story, and let's go get in the today. I'll catch you later.